Mic check 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2. Let's go. Sage FT. It's in the trade. All right. 62, 62.43. And then a test of the fair value gap and then rip. We are late in position 1 on the 4-hour chart. Please be very, very careful. Make sure your trade tables are in the upright position. Thank you. 43. Whatever this white line is. 43. Oh. Oh. You have some divergence going on there. Right at your 50. 50. All right, so there's no news today. I mean, 8:15 there's some ADP employment reports, which, it could slightly move the market temporary, but nothing major. Volume is absolutely ridiculous. Volume is terrible. So I guess we want to be watching premium and discount um, of yesterday's range to see the green triangles and the red triangles, right? So if you just put a 50% there, right, it's 34 points. Okay, 17 from each side, 44. Right. And then obviously the yesterday's high is your resistance or supply level that we're watching. I see no advantage to trading aggressively today. None. Zero, folks. Tomorrow's the big news. It's a holiday week in America. I don't see any advantage to any of this price action here. right off the pivot. There's the ADP report. Mhm. 45-minute blue, 45-minute blue. I mean, 2-minute holds almost to the tick. Sellers are back in. First touch, 30-second red on white. Okay, there's Yoda. So 42 is your over under here. 42 and 50. Okay, decision 42 and 50. And remember yesterday, 32-27. And then what we want to see is what happens if it prints 54. I have no trades on. There's no reason to trade this. This is yuck. I couldn't tell you one thing to the next what this thing's going to do here. None. Nine. Net. Okay, 50 and then 54, or does it go 50, 46, 42 instantly? I'll be right back. I am not trading this. We are narrow range, folks. I have three rules for narrow range. Sweep the leg, plausible reversal at Keltner, and you want the base of the bar at the 20/2 hundo. If you were looking at the Yoda, the entry would have been 46. The stop would have been 50. Oh, look at that. It went one tick Rick from your stop and then went full target to 42 as the low. It only traded 13 cars. I don't know if it would have filled you or not. You could still be short. Um, I, I, I call this the Yoda. Okay, so now flip this upside down and imagine this is Luke carrying Yoda. Luke carrying Yoda, right? There you go. You're starting to break on through to the other side. Cue Jim Morrison. Tom Petty? I don't think so. Just a little Jim Morrison for us. We're not even through yesterday's low, folks. We haven't even gotten started. What is yesterday's low? 27.25. And we just popped just barely outside narrow range. Mamacita. Now, quick observation for myself. This high has not been breached. I'm going to leave that right there. 5375 has not been breached. Ouch. And I'm going to leave my cursor there. That explains which bar I'm looking at. Not the one you think. Not the one you think. Ryan sees animals in the clouds. Okay. Got it. Why did balloon animals come to mind right there? That's why I got the laugh. It's a giraffe. No, it's not. Oh my gosh. S1 is 30. 42 Mazzini. Anyone else's NinjaTrader data down? Is it just mine? It can't be just mine. I have internet. What am I missing here? That was weird. The internet ports. Oh, only one internet port did because I'm hardwired into that other one. Interesting. Well, nonetheless, it looks like I didn't miss anything. Let me reload the charts just to make sure we're fresh. You got a lot of volume around 3650. So if you were able to short any one of these blue bars, you are looking Gucci tacos. You're eating Gucci tacos tonight for Din Din, folks. Oh yeah, we called it, nailed it. Yeah, called it. So first target was 42. Okay, if you went 2R, it was 38. From my little Yoda bar right here. And then I would have re-entered here on this blue bar here. Great notes, great notes, great notes, great notes. Good, 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 good. Gucci taco. Yeah, that was weird. Only one of the ports stopped working. All right, unique 655. Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Unique is eating some Gucci tacos tonight. All right, so on the tape, over unders right here, right here. That's all I got. It's a slow bleed down. We are outside narrow range, and so if we just go by the call of what we're looking at, we are in chop, right? If we're looking at the larger time frames, let's take a step back. Let's zoom out to the 15-minute chart. Let me show you. We are in Charlie Foxtrot land here. Fractal short, but 20 above the 200. Everything downward facing, right? So now, my thought, I'm going to zoom out to the 4 hour. Check it out. Let's go to the daily first. All right, so on the daily, what I think is we're gonna play around with this white level. Okay, then I do believe there is a not that we have to, but there's a very high probability that we go like this. All right, so now don't get set in. Well, someone has it drawn that way, so it's got to be that way. No, 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 no. I'm just leaving it here drawn here because why would we not go back, fill this inefficiency first? Okay, then they can do whatever they're going to do. Now, because most people think, oh, this is the breakout. This is the breakout. Is it the breakout? Is it? Maybe. Um, it was the breakout if you're on an inflation, excuse me, a contract adjusted, non contract adjusted, but we're not. So what can we find below? All right, so now it's got the limit that it can stretch is about 3150 before people start wondering what's it going to do. So my draw point is 32. 2, 24. Yeah, it was just the internet cord or port to this trading computer, Elijah. That's why it was still live. Um, I and because the streaming computer is hardwired also. I'm gonna move it to a different port. I wanna single out that port. It's gonna go dead again for a second. I can't have it do that again. Oh, it barely missed a beat. I also need to sync the clock. Folks, if you notice weird orange orders on your trades, sync your clock. Right click on the clock in your taskbar, and then go adjust date and time. Okay, and then hit sync clock. Mr. Tyson, it's a good morning to you. Yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, follow, share, retweet, re-X, whatever. I don't know what it's called. Let's not deny that we went straight through the pivot. Below yesterday's VPOC. We're below Monday's VPOC. So where do they find value? Friday's VPOC is 25. Hey, there you go. Maybe. We'll find out. No guessy. No guessy. I'll hobble out there for a second. No guessy. No guessy.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I got it from here, guy. Wink. No. Why won't you listen?
I gotta go about 12 feet from here. Give me 30 minutes to get there. I'll be back. I'm kidding. I'll be back. We got cheers in 1 minute and 20 seconds, folks. 1 minute, 20 seconds. Grab your beverages. Whoa. All right. 50 seconds to my favorite time of the morning. Top of the hour to you. We're going to give a salute here. We're going to give a nazdravi. If you're new, welcome. Say hi. This is the fellowship minute. Everyone, today we're going to honor patience, stops, and the entire process, right? Before you place a trade, I want you to say, who am I trapping? If you can't answer the question, you can't take the trade. It's going to be a good morning. Nazdrave. Nazdrave, everybody. Nazdrave. Let's go. Let's get it. Team Green, spam them cheers buttons. I want everyone to write these two words down. Okay. Observation and participation. Okay. So, and then the next thing I want you to write down is what do each one of those mean to you? Wow, that was a buyer. What do they do with him? I used to chase that buyer. I used to join it at like 42. Okay, not realizing 42 was our prior level we were watching on the downside. Yeah, the VALs of the past 2 3 days. Gee, past 2 days at least. I was looking at those on the profile. Hey, there's the move. Like I said, that was the buyer. Look at the 2 minute bar. This was the buyer right here. So what did they do with him? Right, like I said, I used to get stuck at 42. Right, and see, even if this trade were going to work correctly, let me explain to you how I used to lose money on it. Stop. All right, ready? Okay, even I can't say this with a straight face. Okay, I'm Joe Dirt. Right, I would either enter at 42 and it would go straight down, and I would just be like, oh, I'm cutting it, right? And I would just kill it for whatever minus loss. Okay, that's one. The second way, I would have an artificial 2 point stop or 1.5 point stop because that's what I was willing to risk. Whack! That's how you get smoked. Okay, the third way that I would do it is I would have my stop under the body of the previous candle at 40. So my stop would be 39.50. What do you think they want you to frickin' do at 39.50, folks? What do you think they want you to do? And see, look, so remember when all of you keep asking me what do the blue bars represent? What do I keep saying the answer is? Someone else type it in. My hands are right here. I'm not somebody else. Somebody else type it in. What do the blue bars represent? I'm not. I want people to see that this is real and that you guys can learn this. Okay. I know that there's a little bit of lag. The only way we can have, the only way YouTube allows you to stream live is to have lag. Just so you guys know that. Okay. How? Every time you guys have ever asked me, what do the blue bars represent? What are they? No. Nope. G-Man, this is going to help you too. They are not signals. I'm going to keep my hands right here so it doesn't look like it's some sort of shifty bullshit. This is probably the best thing you guys are going to learn this month, so pay attention because it's only the 2nd of July. Every one of these blue bars are what? Somebody type it in. I know one of you's paying attention. I'm not going to move my hands because I don't want someone to say, oh, he's just using a different account to type it in. Blah, 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 blah. Those of you that have asked me the question, what are the blue bars? Okay, answer it. Because when you see the answer, you will never unsee it. Okay. The answer is where old me got smoked every effing time. Now, either it was me getting smoked out of the trade and pissed off because I got stopped out or I closed it before it ripped, or that's where I didn't take profit or I got in incorrectly and got smoked like a pack of cools. So now, does it make a lot more sense? What would have stopped? What would have this blue bar stopped out? Right here. This is the most coachable thing you guys are going to learn because I'm leaving the charts up. Right on this one here. And we've zoomed out. Who got smoked like a cheap cigar at a trailer park gender reveal? Ponder that. That's your homework. Check it out. I don't know if I was muted or not. Okay, if I was, I apologize. My nose hit it or something like that. So the question is, this blue bar right here. If I was muted, I apologize. Right? Okay. Now, Joey, put a name on that late long. Name it. Who? Let's not generalize. Let's make this personal. Who got smoked right here? Was it every other late long besides Joey, or was it the old Joey? Guys, I can talk to my mod all day long. He knows this answer. The rest of you that are struggling, let's go. The old me, not anybody else, right? So this blue bar right here represents where the old losing Rev lost every single freaking time. 94 out of 100 times I got smoked right there like a pack of cigarettes, right? So now, who would be smoked? I got a trick question for all of you. Would be smoked on this green bar right here. Excuse me, this blue bar right here. Now, I'm not saying it's going to continue to go up. That's not what I'm saying. Who got smoked right here? Look left. Okay, is it every other late short, or was it your late short? It doesn't mean you had to go long right there. It means old you. They took the outer cellophane of your cigarette pack after smoking it and went like this. And guess what they did? Boop. That's it. That's all they did. They didn't need to do anything else. So as I sit here this week, unable to place a trade or draw anything on my charts, do you see the value of just observing? Remember, I gave you 2 words. Scroll up, everybody. There's 2 words for you to ponder this week: observation and participation. Those are the 2 words I want you to write down. I want you to ponder what they mean to you. I want you to write it down. Do that exercise. You can either email it to me or you can keep it to yourself. Okay. If you want to be held accountable to somebody else and get someone else's opinion, Andy is available if you are a part of his accountability group. Andy, if you're here, he's usually a little bit early for Andy. Okay. But think about this. Are you too busy participating to observe? Ponder that thought and get back to me or get back to your coach. Okay. It's either myself or whoever you're talking with. Okay. If we go to the slit method and we're the observer, now I want everyone to think about this for a second. Okay. And if you don't know these terms, Google them. Okay. Maybe the observational tool that you're using is skewing the results. Jesse, copy? Got your ears on? When you guys see me get frustrated, do you know? Do you know? First of all, snake bite, 30-second, Joey, right below us. Second of all, the only way that I ever get frustrated is I catch myself. Listen. I catch myself being a participant more than an observer. Okay, remember that saying that God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Let's think about that in our trading. Okay, even listen. Even if you make money now, I don't care. You can make more money by pondering what we just talked about. Because think about why would Zach bring it up? Why would he come in, waste his time to talk about quant mechanics, the observer method? Okay, and for us to not explore it to the fullest. Okay, maybe the reason you're struggling in your trading is because the tool that you're observing your process with has rose-colored lenses. I have a splinter in the middle of my finger. Awesome. No clue how that would get there. I guess going down the banister would do it, right? A little unsure of all of this noise right here, folks. So the other thing I want you to think of, okay, there's 2 more words I want you to put with the 2 words that I just said. Okay. Signal and noise. Okay, so there's 4 words I want you to think of. Okay, observation, participation, signal, and noise. Okay. That's what I'm working on this week, if you'd like to join me, right? Now, I want to remind everyone outside of the United States of America, we have Independence Day for America on July 4th. There is no market participation at all. The CME will run. Okay. The CME will run. Listen to me. That doesn't mean you need to trade. I recommend all of you, okay, as your coach, I highly recommend using market replay as opposed to trying to trade the garbage that's going to happen on Friday. Now, could it be perfect trending? Yes, it probably will be. Are you going to be too busy participating rather than observing? I'm going to observe hot dogs. No, I'm not. I'm going to observe a piece of chicken breast and some water. My foot hurts so bad. I'm not doing nothing. I can't walk. I thought I had it kicked, right? So I had gout on the outside of the ball of my foot, right foot, right? 2 days ago. So it went away because I did all the precautions needed. And so I got cocky yesterday and I ate some Doritos. I took a drink of my wife's Pepsi and I took a couple bites of a salami sandwich. Well, folks, let me just tell you right now, if you want to see a guy get humbled in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, well, you're looking at him. Yeah. If you've never had gout before, I only wish it. I only wish it upon pedos. I only wish gout upon pedos. That's it. What supplements? Iron and a couple other ones. I know it did it. Here's the deal. I know it did it, right? Is the change of the atmosphere, right? It goes from, 70 degrees to 95 degrees. And I get caught with a lack of water in my body. And if I don't prepare for it, it does it, right? It was self-inflicted. Here, let me tell you how it was self-inflicted midlife. Before you go, well, you need to do this. No. I went, I think I told this story. I went to Taco Bell with my son. It's my fault. Water. The only thing I can do is water. And I got to stay away from any purine high foods. This is the first time I've had a real bad attack in a few years. So I know it was the Taco Bell. Let me put this. Sometimes you have to take your kids to the exact right setting because there's certain things in life that you have to tell your son in the correct atmosphere. Me getting gout to get the point across to my 14-year-old son, I'll take that cannon fodder. I'll take that cannon fodder, my friend. Yeah, trust me. Oh yeah, the energy drink. See, I am only drinking. Remember, sipping this. I drank some Pepsi and some Coca-Cola. Wah, 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 wah. Folks, I know when I do it to myself. Ooh, I almost drew a line. Almost drew a line. There's no edge right here, folks. Unless you're short from above 50. Above 61. And the reason I say above 61 is you would be short above the break on the 15 minutos. Hey Siri, how do you say chart in Spanish? Ah, 15 minutos gráfica. Gráfica. To get rid of your gout permanently, you have to change your diet. You have to live off of chicken and low to no purine foods, and you can only drink water. If I do that, it never comes. It, like, doesn't matter how hot it gets. It doesn't matter what the because here, see, I live in the high desert where it goes from, let's say, 55 to 60% humidity, which my kidneys can handle, right? Kidneys, blood, that kind of thing, and then it goes to 7% humidity. And if I'm not watered up, if I'm not hydrated, my body does not remove the purines correctly, and I do it to myself. It's fully self inflicted. So, yeah. And so now it's just flush with water. I just starve it out, and literally just starve it out. I don't eat. If I don't eat anything for 24 hours, it goes away because it gives my kidneys time to flush it. Folks, there is no edge. Okay, ES minus 0.1, NQ minus 0.23, RTY plus 0.18, YM minus 0.08, and gold fractionally to the upside as well. We're going to hover, right, and so think about this would be like one large narrow state where they're just printing on both sides. The market makers are literally printing it. Skabap, 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 skabap. So now the over under is 44.75. And then obviously yesterday's high and low because it has a very narrow range of 35 points. We have a massive amount of yellow tape. So on the 30-second chart, I'm going to be making this the CS. Somehow I need to differentiate that. Okay. So that's the first one that we have. Do we have another one? Yep. Yeah. All right. So here they are. I don't know. Maybe Joey can fill in the ones from overnight. Fix that. Okay. $56, $75, and $35, $75. Okay. Spam incoming. Minutos. He's, yeah. Elijah, tell me if that shows up. on anywhere because I think that setting that you have it makes it to where it doesn't. Let's go. Hey, thanks for the follow there. Kick underscore com. Folks, this is getting even tighter as we come into the opening bell. Oh boy. Oh boy. Right. So we got 3.5 minutes. I'll let you know what I see. Notice the 925 seller has not been coming in as much. And there's been some sort of 920 algorithm. Notice if you swept the leg, you just made money. If you just swept the leg of that, you just made money. Let's see, did it even go down to fill you? 4150 would have been the entry. Absolutely. Your exit would have been 45. There's 3.5 points. Facial LaFleur. Facial. Yeah, the FOMO is real. You've got a huge sword on the 32nd MES, not on the ES. It went to 49. The MES went to 49. Oh. What? Look at this. Whoa.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I got it from here, guy. Wink. No, 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 no. Why won't you listen to me?
It's a volume at 48. Plausible RBI. Due at 48.82. Um, just so much noise, right? So when we're talking about noise to signal, okay, let me show you the difference between no noise and noise, right? Here we go. Okay, no noise. Ready? Noise. No noise. Noise. No noise. Noise. So where are we at now? Noise. So it's given us lots of noise, right? Lots of noise to signal ratio, right? So if we were to let's just think about this, right? If we wanted to observe the noise and participate where the noise is limited, where would it be? On the edges, right? Eh, nu, me, minutos. Me. Oh, I'm saying minutos. It's minutos. Got it. Minutos. Uh, the the barrage of yellow tape on the 15 minutes screwing it all up for me. That is too much noise. Wow, you see what that is on the daily chart? 58.50? 65.58. 65.58. 65.58. 65.58. So below us, personally, I believe it's 6206. Excuse me, 6242. Now that we're on the white dotted line. Okay, to 6206, which is the top of the fair value gap. Okay, and then the bottom side of that would be what is that? 6148.50, 6149. So 100 points lower. Okay, and then the question is, do they looking at this fair value gap here, on the 4-hour chart, which also translates into the daily chart of fair value gap, which is where it's drawn from, 6170, 6206. Okay, and then down here at this low of 6149. This is yucky. The 8 is below the 200. The 20 is above the 200. No, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nice try. 37 was a banger, though. Ah, yeah. And then what's this low here? 45. So are they getting value above 45? And I want to remind everyone, this is pre-holiday trading. Very low volume. Barely outside narrow range. We're inside this. If you go to the daily chart, this is an inside bar, right? Whoa. It's in, and furthermore, it's inside a doji, folks. Yikes. um uh Yeah, folks. It was to the tick on the 30-second chart, Nick. 42.75. Unreal. But there's no advantage here. No. It's like they just have their daytime running lights on. Oh man. This is You guys smell that? Smells like prop firm accounts getting smoked, right? Think of all the people that have already hit their max drawdown for the day because I think that the next move is the big move. Smoked. They didn't catch this first one, right? Let's look at it. Let's review just a hot tick here. They they didn't get the first one that was with the kiss chart. They didn't get the second one. So now they've already blown all their money because they're trying to short when the market's moving back up already, right? That one tick from the stop. Do you guys see that? If you would have swept the leg on that blue right here, if you would have entered right at 41.50, it went one tick from your stop, and now you're hitting all targets here. Let's go. Let's go. Because you could have swept the leg. You could have entered, swept the leg, stop at 38, one tick from your stop, and then you start taking profits as you go up 45, and it was 3.5, 45, so 48.5. All right, and you got 48.5. Perfect. Worked out well. You just had to be patient with it. You had to trust the system. Yeah, we were looking at the POC earlier. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep. And the only thing that skews it down a little bit is the 39.50 on the day before. Yeah. So 39.50 breaks 36 because you have your VAL here at 36s. Okay, and then the VAL at 32.50. So 32 over under hard. If it gets below there, do they draw on 24s? Okay, or do we get nowhere near there and it rips face upwards because we're starting to go higher through at this current time the ORB high, initial balance high of 62.4750 on the 15-minute chart. I think they're going to snap those people in half. Which people I don't know. Anyone playing 47.50? Mm-hmm. You know when he's going to move the market. It's on the 10 range with the 34 EMA. Well, what more do we, right? So think about it. He takes the same trade that we do, just on a different chart, right? You wait for price, and the moving average to cross, and you execute on the next overtake, right? Very simple. People make it too complicated. All right, so now you got 42, 50, 60. Excuse me, 42, 50, 56, 61. The daily PP is 45.75. So does it settle back onto it? You've got a lot of volume at 47s, all the way into your 48s. This is the second time he's bought them all. This is the second time he's bought them all. So do you go long with a stop of 45.50 here? Let's watch. Mhm. And look on the other side of it. Is that the 5 minute? Look at the 948 bar too. Look at the bar before it, or two bars before it at 48 even. Oh, I can show you on my chart. Here, look. I keep forgetting that I'm showing you guys the footprint. Yeah, yeah, you got it. There you go. He bought again 49s, 49s. All right, so then your target, right? So you would have entered around 48 to 48.50. You'd have about a 3 point stop. So you're looking at about 51 to 51.50, right? 51 to 52. Um, the play on this would be expecting the late, and I'm not saying that you should be long here, right? What I'm saying is if you're watching the tape, they're trying to buy through the VWAP. And well, how do you know? Well, because on the you can it's right there. Have they ever touched? Uh, that's interesting. I'm sure you could find a time frame where you can make them touch. Hey, here's your 51s. Let's go. Let's go. How did he know? Because we were talking about the guy buying, right? That's what he's doing. There's your 52. There you go. There you go. There, everybody should be good. Yep. There's your profit. There's your profit. Here comes first touch of 200. Nick, remember, where's your target? Yeah. How did he know? But how did he know? Okay, there's a seller at 51.50. Forty-two, 50, 56. Pivot point 4531. Like it. Trap time. I got a trap suey in the bushes. Love it. Imagine being short 42. See that big red bar right there? Imagine being short 42. How would it feel? Every green bar, every green bar, every green bar, every green bar. And then you're short and you see Zach say that he's layered in long 40 to 50 and he has a target of 54 to 60. Now imagine you're short and you see him type that in. Now imagine. Okay, imagine this. I want you all to imagine being stuck short from 42 because that big red bar showed you that it was going to go straight down. Okay. And your stop was roughly 48 to 50. And you go, well, I think I'm going to move it just a little bit. I'm going to give it a little bit more room. I'm going to put my stop at 54. Now think, while you shorted 42, Zach was your liquidity. Think about this. Let's go. I'm going to Sizzler. I'm going to Sizzler. Look at the RSI below the chart, below the price chart. Now, could you have guessed the bottom? No, but you can definitely tell when it's pretty much done going down. Imagine being short 42s. Good. How are you? PIA. What is that? What is PIA? Pia. Pia. Propecia? They're really leaning into the bid here. What are they going to accomplish on this here? I don't see it. Look at the 5150 on the 2 minute, just blocking it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You can blame Joey if it goes to wait, where's he saying? Hold on, let me look. 45. 45 would be support. So it either goes 45 or 65, right, Joey? Is that what you're saying? I mean, but obviously 5850 is in there. I mean, they're see. Here's the deal. They're leaning on the tape, but they're buying it. I mean, they're absorbing it. I mean, look at right here. They're like, give me that. Give me that. You don't know what to do with that. Snatch. You don't know what to do with that. Let me show you what to do with that, son. I think he's with you, sir. Oh, PIA. Pain in the keisters. Now ask yourself this: will it be too late to be long if the 15-minute flips position one fractal long? What happens when it goes green, 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 green? Did they just get all they could eat at 49.50? You have a discrepancy between your MES and your ES. They just zonked them on the MES down to 49.50 as he only got a 50.75 print there just a second ago on the ES. So they found all the liquidity and said, donkey shame. Or all of the lack of liquidity, may I say. And the buyers were able to get the very best in price. So now watch 49.50 before it goes higher on the ES, please. all the front runners giving up bags. You get a bag, and you get a bag, and you get a bag. And you get a bag, and you get a bag, and you get a bag. 5375. It's just to suck in the weak players, Joey. That's it. People calling tops, right? So we on the 2 minute we have 51, 50, 54, and 58.50. Oh, wow. Yeah. So here's what we mean by noise, right? We're running into prior noise levels. Prior think of goldenrod yellow as prior noise levels. No diggity, no doubt. Oh, 2 minute. Oh, 2 minute. Oh, 15 minute. Oh, oh. Does it have to fill that first? Roll with it, baby. Diddle, 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 diddle. Hell. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Your RSI is still pointing upwards. We have not gotten overbought, which doesn't mean anything. It just means less sell algorithms. I think 5375 is your over under. Is it 25? 5375 54. 54. And here's the deal. They're winding this thing up. It's going to move quickly. Here it comes. Here it comes. Early close tomorrow and Friday. Oh, early close tomorrow. Is it, let's see. Who's got the 40% off right now? Was that Take Profit? Right on trade day. Let's see. Let me see what we got here. $40% off every account with no activation fee. Traded 6 accounts simultaneously. Accounts from just $59. Best value funded futures account, bar none. Keep more of your profits with the industry's best payout policy. Okay. Use our codes for the best for 40. What does it say? 40% off. No activation fee. Trade day. Here comes your 5350s. Here comes your 54s, folks. They're buying it all the way up. You can see it. They can't hide it. This is why we trade futures contracts. There's your 54. There's your 54s. Okay, now 53.75, 54. This is my hard decision point right here based upon the top of this blue bar right here. All right, so now do we fill this fair value gap, which is the last one before the breaker block, order block, whatever you guys want to call it, depending on what your strategy is, right? Um, let's confirm. Negative. Okay, the range today is 35.5, 35.25 points. The smallest range of the last 7 days is 29. Great question, David O. David O, well, let's make sure you got the same data, buddy. You can see it clear as day. Rotch, rotch, rotch. Rotch, rotch, rotch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at that. Like, remember when we were at 53? And I said it's going to go quickly? Well, folks, okay. Um, play. Here's the deal. If you're watching on something other than YouTube, if you go to YouTube, all right, you have a big buyer at 55.75. All you can eat. If you go to YouTube, you can play everything back. Everything's on VOD. You can go back and you go, what did he say when we were at 52/53? He said, well, it's bubbling. They buying it, and he said they're buying it. You can see it on the tape. And I said it's going to go when it goes. It's going to go quickly. All right. So now, what did it do right after I said that? It went very quickly. Now, let me ask you a question. How do I know that? Right? How do I know that that's what it was going to do? Okay. Let me tell you how I know. Okay. 30,000 hours of staring at this. Probably not 30,000 hours, right? But you get the point. Okay. Being the guy that shorted. Okay, let me look. Being the guy that shorted the red line like a dum-dum, okay, with a stop right above 54. Smoked. Okay. Old, losing me. Okay. Zach, are you almost all the way out? Zach, how many contracts do you have left? Because look, guys, he called it all the way. He was buying from 40 to 50, and his targets are 54 to 60. Did he not? Scroll up. Yeah, and Zach, here's what we say. Zach, here's what we say. Instead of trading is fun and easy, we say if you're not having fun trading, you don't have enough data. Yep. So look at Zach's mantra right now. Trading is fun and easy. So folks, how many of you have ever traded 25 contracts with real money? And he only has 25 left. Hmm. 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 Oh, hold on. Hmm. 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 Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. There's your 60s, boys. There you go. Order filled. Order filled. Is this a squeeze? No, never. Look at the buyer at 55.75. Look at him. He can't hide. See, this is why this is the best. Futures are the best, right? Because you cannot. There's not a dark pool of futures, right? I mean, there probably is, right? Let me take that back. There is, but it doesn't affect us, right? Because we can see every order that we need to see right here, right? And if we know that every one of those is 500 shares of the SPY, well, then we have a lot of data that shows who's hedging and playing where. All right. Tell her, yeah, it's not printing enough money. It's not. It just keeps saying order filled. Not sure what the. David O, did you get it figured out? It, are you using is it difference between RTH and ETH? David O. Pika. Big decision point here, and it doesn't have to go any higher. 60.25. Holy shit, that's the exact high. Huh. Look at that. Look, the exact high is 60.25 and look at where my cursor is. 60.25. Wow. Imagine having a target at 60. Oh, wait. We'll hit the pump. You up. I'm Hans. And I'm France. We'll hit the pump. You up. Oh, sellers. Yeah, but the market has to go down. The ADP report was terrible. That's what. Look, CNBC told me. mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. CNBC told me that the market has to go down. That it's defying gravity and all odds, and that it cannot go higher. Look at how if you swept the leg, so if you bought 2 ticks below this blue bar, it went 1 tick from your stop, and it's giving you 5R. 5R? Is that 5R? 6R. 1, 2, 3, 4.5R. Remember when the MACD? No, MACD is crossing down. Well, you keep crossing it down. You keep crossing it down. Why is the price still going up? My oscillator told me that it's going to go down soon. I love it when people pop their head in the chat and they go, "Oh, yep. Stochastic says it's going down now." And then it goes straight up in their face hole. And then you never see that person again. G-Man's about to get his 6150s. Facial, coming in. And then the move will be over when you see an oversized block above us on the order flow, or as most people call it, level 2. Everybody wave to G-Man. Everybody wave to G-Man. There he is. That's him in the corner. Let's go, G. Yep, let's go. Now, here's the deal, folks. I can actually prove, right? It's very easy for him to prove and for me to prove that he was in that trade because I'm looking at a picture of it right here. 6150 final from what, an hour ago? How long were you in that? How long was that trade, G? I can't see the time. Wow. 6125. I see it. Yep. Smoked. Wow, you went heavy. Good Lord. Wow. Are those micros or minis? G? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Either way, that's fire. I would just smash it. I would just take my mouse and I would just smash it. Oh man. So the secret is figure out where you fastball the mouse into the wall. And that's where you start the process. Let's go. They're on the level too. They're giving away they're giving away what they're doing. You can see that they have offers above, right? That would be their targets. Right, because think about it. Like let's say that there's 50 players doing it correctly, and I'm just making these numbers up, right? Let's say there's 50 players doing it correctly. And they're all gonna have the same orders, right? And right now the same orders are 2 even, 2 half, 2 2 3/4, okay, 4 even, 5 even, and 5/4, right? So it's not like it's one guy adding the extra 50 to 80 contracts on each of those levels. What if it's 50 players playing correctly? That would do the same. That would be the same effect. All right. So when we say he or they, we don't mean any specific person. It could be one entity. It could be clearly, it's most oftentimes one algorithm. You got a lot of volume up here at 61, folks. You got a lot of volume at 61. 5575 by 61 right now. Yeah, bottom. Damn, boys. Let's go. Step 4. Hold on. Let me read step 4. Step 4. I'd have to listen to Rev telling me for an hour how he can't trade with his ex-wife pitching all session. Man, it was terrible. She would come in and sabotage my trades. She would start yelling at me right in the middle of a trade. It was great. It was great. R R1 6442. Oh, stop. They just keep owning it. What is the deal? Is tech rebounding? They're going to need to do a lot more than that, folks. They're going to need to do a lot more than that. Let's take a look. See, Nasdaq. Yeah. See, ugh. Look. It's an inside bar, just the same. Just the same. Look at this. So the health of the ES is going to depend on, do they push this up? Let me look at the 4-hour cheesy. Just enough to smoke you like a cigarette. Now, think about this. For them to push it down, they would need it to go up first. I'm not saying they're going to. For them to push it down, they would need to push it up first. Okay, in order for them to push it up, they needed to push it down first. Yeah, boy, they really tried to test that, didn't they? Yeah, it was a complete failure. Look at that. Absolute spinner. Under 600 got smoked, fam. What's that low? 582. What's the low here? You see the, excuse me. Do you see the draw? Oh my goodness. They have them smoked. 200 points, 215 points higher. They got them, folks. They got them. Right. So now the next trap, if they're going to trap, would be the people trying to sell too early. Okay, or the people trying to buy too late. All right. Oh, there's the seller, boys. There's the seller. There's the seller. Sweep. Sweep. Get it on that. Look at that. Level to level. Look at that. Zach, did you get out, or did you what did you get out, or you got your stop up, or what are you doing? Notice it went right to R1, and they said, eh. Look at the volume at 650s. Look at him selling. Look, he's thousands of cars deep. Look at that. Thousands of pressure. Look at that. Look at that. Jenny Bean, I read that before I saw who typed that. I read that. I was like, I'm about to time somebody out. But it was you. You could say what you need. Okay, now notice we just went into position 1 on the 2-minute chart. Right here. All of a sudden, they back the truck up with the sell and they dump it on you. So this is the game they're playing. I was like, oh, perfect. For a second, because on my screen your name is dark blue, and I really struggle to see dark blue on black. So for a second there, I thought it was Jason Driver, and I was like, that is really out of character for Jason to say. That is not the kind of person he is. Matt, are you ready for your lashings? I mean, look, he loaded the boat at 56s, folks. He bought them all. Right here. Look at this. He bought them all. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's 250,000 or 280,000 of them, right? But he bought all the ones that were on the float. They're gone. That's called absorption. Let's go, boy. I think you've been doing your homework too. Good. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. It's not fun to meet with your coach and schedule the sessions when you haven't done the homework. Nice long, everybody. The of you that read the tape there, that was good. That was a good one. Bink. Do they sweep first? Did they get ahead of themselves? Do they have everybody that they want to trap above yesterday's highs? Is that what they're doing? They have to sweep first. They got to reload, right, Zach? Honey, honey, you're not going to believe this. Yeah, my question is, do they defend a 5650 or not? Yeah, they have to prove. I agree. Must prove, because you've got one, two, and then bloop. Nice, great job. You would need a target, right? Let's do the math here. So if you'd enter at 61 and your stop is 54.75, you have a stop of 5.25 points. So 61 plus 5.25 is 66.25. That's your target. 66.25 is your target. Okay. Um, Handles that paint with the base touching a moving average work better than the other ones. I have no orders in. If you're wondering, what am I doing? Nothing. Do we have 70 anywhere? We've got 65.50. We've got 67.75. 72.50. Do we got a 70 anywhere? Um, I don't personally know. Unless there's something on the 30-second chart that's fired that I don't have calculated yet. Thank you. $71 and $81. I see it. And 70's prior swing high. Got it. And that's a perfect RBI also. Notice the 15-minute 61 lined up with Mancini 61. That's cute. That's classy. Okay, now you got another snake. Yeah, the 15-minute chart, you got your players looking at this. $64.50 to $66.75. Smoke them. Gee, man, it's called a family office. Professional waffling. Professional waffling. Ooh, there's where you take advantage of, right? 60, 62.25. And 59.75. Those are the two levels that I'm watching now. I think they're going to sweep the leg. Tricky. The sweep of the leg. So that would be 59.75, right? All right, we'll keep the stream on for about another 22 minutes before the chat gets out of hand here. All right, if you swept the leg at 59.75, can you get to the 666 level of 62.25? Can you take out the mark of the beast? I don't like that there's a lower high. Lower highs are not my friend. Ooh, he unloaded at 59.75. Yeah, bottom 62.25 target. Uh, 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 uh. Do, 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 do. We're going to eat those 175s. Here they come. They got to charge it up. Or 173 bid at 58 quarter. Hmm. 975 is my over under. Let's see what they do. I have no trades on. Here's the deal. If you're not long from way lower, okay, this is El Chapo. El Chapo. Okay, he removed his bid down there. Oh, it got absorbed already. Let's see, 59.25, 59.75, so 2.5. That would be 57.75. So it went one tick, right? So your stop is 57.75. And I'm just narrating, right? I'm observing this blue bar right here. So I'm just calculating. Oh yeah, anything that could be done incorrectly in trading, folks, I've done it. That's what gives me the creds. Oh, that one? Yeah. Oh. Okay. I've only done that 17 times. Ooh, first sell signal 59. Look at that. What do they do with 59 now, folks? Do they release the Kraken? That money come and it go. 59 sell. Look at them. What would that put it at? Wow. I'm not saying short. I'm saying there's a blue bar on the screen here. And for me, this is all noise. This is noise. Okay, signal, noise, signal, noise. Because okay, and I do think it would go down before it would go up, right? But because you have a lower high, right here, noise. Yeah, I've been in a little bit of a slump lately, right? But this week is getting me right up out of this slump. Observation week, getting me right up out of this slump, folks. Observation week. I'm going to keep the stream on for 16 more minutes, folks. 16 more minutes. Um, I think they're going to draw before the next move up. Okay. I really do. I really do. Wow. I mean, it kind of, except for the 45-minute, that's so far out in space that, like, I mean, heck. Like, hold on a minute. Right. So what is this actually telling us, right? Here's what it's telling us. Let me. Okay, what it's telling us is this is noise that is 400 points wide. 700, 600 points wide. 600 points wide, right? Think about it. Think about it. If it can remain it if it can remain a signal, look what it did. Look, this whole time. From 5980, the where's the so from right here is where the noise stops. Here's complete noise, right? Okay, and then clarity, signal, 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 noise. And so now the distortion is wide, right? Because the signal was so long. So noise. It needs to move back into signal, right? Now it does create a magnet at 6240. Okay, Mancini's magnet is 6250. Well, ours is 6240. Well, it's a little bit above that, actually. I apologize. It's like at 45. So imagine this. Imagine if you were long at 6275. That's what you need to think of right now. Now it doesn't matter where it goes from here, but you need to think about that. You're long from the worst possible spot, but you thought it was a good one, right? Your volume profile, it really gets thin right at R1, 64. YM, just look at that gold at gap fill, YM at gap fill, ES basically at gap fill. I mean, the this big green, big blue bar is your litmus test, right? What do they do above it? What did they do right below it? Notice that the context of this golden French fry is very, very out of place. So just because it prints and right, it's just something to think about. Now let's think about it like this: we do have a seller inside of that golden French fry. So now it's not that we're going to short here, but we're going to be real vigilant on identifying whether the buyer comes in and negates this or not. I think this is inactionable, personally. Look at your 30-second red, white, and blue. Looks like do. They're pulling all the tricks, folks. All the tricks are coming out right now. Pulling the tricks right now, folks. Look at them. They're like, "Oh, you needed to sell? All right, I got you. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you needed to buy? I thought you said sell. All right, I got you." Think of this. Think of this. Think of all of the accounts that are getting smoked right now because they missed the move. Ah, so how do you not miss the move moving forward? Let's get the review out of the way. I could do that real quick. I think they're going to start to nibble in here, and it will look. Here's the deal: you'll see the buyer. Okay, 60 quarter is where they start. All right, traders. This is Revan Wood. I go by Sage FT Online. You're watching the review for the 2nd of July, 2025. If it seems like I'm hesitating, stuttering just a little bit, I am kind of watching the tape here. I think the buyer is going to try to step back in, but let's take a step back and let's look at where we are, right? this is the 45-minute chart. This is what Mancini watches, right? The 45-minute, right? So let's just learn from him. So now what I'm going to propose is signal or noise, right? And where I used to get caught was I would think that the signal was going to continue, and so I would trade the noise. So when it's running perfect like this, everybody's like, "Oh, that's easy." Okay, so how come you didn't get in? Well, I waited to hear, and then I got stopped out, and then it went out without me. Okay. So people are training themselves, myself included, years back, right? Now what I'm doing this week is I'm collecting the data that's showing that whenever I make a mistake and I miss the signal, and then I trade in the noise, that's where any sort of degradation to the account happens. So what I want to do on each chart is I want to figure out where's the signal and where's the noise, right? So this would be what? This would be noise, right? Just, I mean, because what are you going to do? Well, I mean, you could buy the low, sell the high. Okay, but that's noise. But what would signal look like? It would look like that. Okay, noise, signal, noise, signal. Okay, so now that's the 15-minute watch. Let's go back to the 45. Noise, signal, noise. No, not even really noise. Uh, add, huh, signal, and now finally noise. Right. So if we look at it like this, if the 45 minutes in noise, the 15-minute has to be in noise. It has to be in noise. Look, abso-freaking-lutely, it's saying it right here. Noise. Okay. So treat it as such is what I have wrote down on my notes. So that's the easiest way for me to review what we have just traded is, well, you had to find the edges, which we nailed on the live stream, by the way, everyone. Joey called 37, right? All right. So now they're all trying to get to 62.75. All of them. Everybody's trying to get to 62.75. So how fast can they get there? Okay, or is there more noise? The thought is, how do you know when noise is going to come in? Watch, I'll show you. Noise comes in when you get white outside of red and blue. Noise. All right, come follow us. Come watch what we're doing. Follow us on X at @the_SageFT. Okay, sageft.com for more information on this kind of material. We're streaming live Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to roughly 11:30 to noon. The kids are at the house, so we are in dad mode at this point, and so I hope everybody gets their 75/75s. We're going to stream for another couple minutes. The review watchers, I will see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. live. We also don't want to be screwing around with yesterday's highs and lows, right? If it's a clear break, fine. Okay, but wouldn't you want a break and test or something like that instead of just going, oh, it's a pullback. It's a think about this. Think about this. Oh, it's a pullback back below yesterday's high. Hello? Huh. Um, Notice on the 15-minute chart, let's just keep an eye on 61. Look, let's just zoom 61 in. Okay. Because look at Mancini's precision. Look at the VPOT creeping up on it. So are they accumulating? Are they absorbing the distribution? We're going to find out. Don't try to answer it. We're going to find out, right? Is there a number of CS lines on the 15-minute before it moves on? Ah, I do believe he has it set, right? What I notice is when the CSs are distance by time apart, and you have multiple of them, it resorts back to it. The 30-second CS is strong. Careful, you've got a lower high again. So you would, I mean, if you think about it, right? If you were to even think about going along up here, which I hope you don't, um, you wouldn't even want to start buying until down here around the 50s, right? To even, I mean, and here's the deal: you wouldn't just put an order in; you'd wait for it to, oops, you'd wait for it to come down, give some sort of reason to get back in. Okay, until then, you don't do it. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. No. Mm. All right, that's going to do it for me, everybody. It's dad time. There is a house full of teenage boys. I got to go see how much food they've eaten. I'm willing to bet they've crushed it because they were awake when I woke up at 2:30 this